This crowd is so hyped right now, I think we broke the microphones. But we are back, and we are ready to do this. 2 days away from the Super Bowl. Houston has been so lovely to us. We so appreciate the Southern hospitality, and we apologize. Thank you, guys. We apologize for the technical difficulties we had, but we are ready to go. See, Max likes that. Coming
they
up.
can cheer for her.
Yeah.
Oh, not when we got a show to do.
Oh,
Let's get it
okay.
on. Let's get it on.
Okay. Because we got a lot of big guests coming up for you all. You know that? Coming up, 3 NFL players joining us. T.J. Ward of the Broncos, Tyrann Mathieu of the Arizona Cardinals, and Larry Fitzgerald. And 2 big-time rappers repping the ATL. We have T.I. Tip will be joining us. That'll be fun. And, of course, your brother from another mother,
That's right.
Ludacris, will be in the house. Give it up, guys. And we're going to get into it right now. So Madden predicted how the game would play out in their simulator. Let's take a look.
All eyes on number 12, getting them back into Falcon territory and looking to make NFL history. Here we go. This is it. The game comes down to this. Pumps, looks, end zone, and Edelman caught it. It's a touchdown. New England wins it.
That's exactly why, Brandon, when that drive started, I had no doubt in my mind that Tom Brady would finish this game off the way that he did.
So, Madden has the Patriots winning in a thriller, gentlemen. Now, it's important to note the last time the Patriots were in the Super Bowl, Madden accurately predicted the Patriots to win at the exact same score, 28-24.
Yeah.
Max, who you got?
I used to do a segment on my radio show called The Pro, the Game, the Kid, and the Psychic. I had a professional gambler, like an 8-year-old boy, a psychic, and Madden simulation, all pick a game. Right throughout the season. Madden always won in a landslide because your Xbox is more powerful than the NASA supercomputer from 20 years ago, right? And Madden is, we all know what that is. They get it right. So, yeah, Madden got it right again. The difference in this game is that while the Falcons have the edge in offense, the Falcons' offense versus the Patriots' defense, that gap is not as wide as the Patriots' offense versus the Falcons' defense. Then you add Belichick and Brady and all the experience, the Patriots in a high-scoring game.
Stephen A., on that note, before you jump in, I want to mention that odds makers have this being the highest-scoring Super Bowl ever, with the over-under set at 60 points.
Well, I think they're over-under at 60 points, probably so. I think it's going to be more than 60 points scored in this game. I've thought about this long and hard, and I literally did not decide who I was going to pick until around 10 minutes before the show. It's been that close to me because I look at the Atlanta Falcons. Excuse me, everybody. My voice is a little jacked up, but I'm feeling fine just like my voice is jacked up. But I will say this. The Atlanta Falcons are no joke. They've got the talent. I look at a guy like Deion Jones, got 165 return yards, 3 interceptions on this year. He makes things happen. Plus, I look at some of these guys that they've got in their secondary. I look at their defense in terms of Vic Beasley and the ageless Dwight Freeney, along with other guys. Their ability to get to Tom Brady is going to be a pivotal thing in this game. But in the end, here's what really, really resonates with me. Tom Brady, at 39 years of age, in his 7th Super Bowl, going up against an Atlanta Falcons team who started 8 guys on their defense, age 24 or less. I mean, I'm just thinking about it from that standpoint. Not that many, I'm sorry. But they had a few guys 24 or less, a couple of guys 27 years of age. You don't even have guys, Dwight Freeney is the only guy on their defense with 4+ years of experience. I think that Atlanta's going to put up some points. But I think that ultimately the game is going to be put in Tom Brady's hands at a pivotal moment. And at 39 years of age, against that young secondary, I'm not questioning their talent at all. I'm just saying their youth. You're going to find yourself in a situation where there's a holding penalty or unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness. There's going to be something. You cannot tell me in a game of this magnitude with that level of youth that youth is not going to slip up at some point.
Well, so you're saying the youth is a disadvantage in terms of lack of experience.
When it counts, because here's the deal. It doesn't matter if Atlanta comes out like gangbusters and gets out to a huge lead because their offense is that high-powered and they punch New England in the mouth immediately. But with Belichick and Brady, it doesn't go down like that. They're not going to get blown out. It's going to be tight, and you're asking 23 and 24-year-olds on the defensive side of the ball against somebody who is considered to be the greatest quarterback in the history of the NFL, playing like an MVP at age 39 in his 7th Super Bowl. I cannot bet against Tom Brady.
And let's not forget, by the way,
I'm picking New England to win this game 38-34.
It's a tight game. Like, you know, most people forecast a tight game, a high-scoring game. And now there's news that Alex Mack could be compromised in some way, his health,
critical.
Which is the center for the Falcons, who's an elite center for the Falcons on a good offensive line. He might be their best player, probably is. If that's the case, when it's that close, it tips to the Patriots anyway, in a game where the Patriots are favored by a little bit.
Stephen A., you know what I love?
What?
So Max has Brady winning another chip before he falls off the cliff.
That's right.
So it's so nice of you. So he's
that's
going to go out on a high note before the big decline comes. You guys don't go.
Molly, you seem to have a problem with the definition of a cliff, as many people do.
I have a problem with it.
The whole point of a cliff is it's not gradual decline. It's that you are at an incredibly high altitude.
Yeah.
And then you fall straight down. For example, like Peyton Manning. For example, like Brett Favre. Remember, they could play till they're 50. Boom.
Here's the deal.
For example, like every great quarterback before 41 who ever lived.
Here's how we know how not to believe what you're saying. You have this incessant and insatiable need to explain the meaning of a cliff.
No one seems to get it.
No, they get it.
Do you get it yet?
Time out.
You understand what it is?
I want everyone to be clear that he thinks Brady's fallen off a cliff in a year.
But a cliff means he's really high up.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Everybody understands what a cliff is. We know it all the time. Now, if you were trying to explain Brady, that would be different. But the fact that you're leaning on a definition of a cliff shows you don't even believe.
No, well, look,
you don't.
This is nothing new for me because I was making this argument about Brett Favre at the time, and everyone told me I was crazy on New York radio back in the day. Our shows were side by side in New York.
That wasn't about.
I was making the argument. It was 100% about age.
No, it was not.
I was making the argument about Peyton Manning. Everyone told me I was crazy. Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy. And then what happened? And now I'm making the argument about Tom Brady. If Tom Brady doesn't fall off the cliff before the age of 41, he will be the first quarterback in the history of the universe to avoid it.
Right.
So if he does it, it's an amazing
He could never be the first.
But the odds are against it. You can't assume that that's going to happen.
Well, we all know I'm going to have to wait for you because of my voice, so I'll wait. Let me say this. Here's the deal. Brett Favre had to be helped off the field in that NFC Championship game when he was playing for the Minnesota Vikings against the New Orleans Saints. You remember Bounty Gate and how big of a story that was because of the things that happened to Brett Favre? But no, Max Kellerman, unlike anybody on the planet Earth, is going to look at a birth certificate instead of this dude having to
let's talk about what this really is. Let's talk about what this really is. Everyone acknowledges that Father Time is undefeated. I thought Bernard Hopkins fought him to a draw, but I was wrong. Father Time even got Bernard Hopkins. Like, Father Time never loses. So we all know Brady will get too old to be great one day, right? Everyone acknowledges he's not going to play till he's 100. All we're really arguing about is what is that age. So I, unlike everyone else apparently, actually looked into it. And it turns out that age is exactly 41 years old, and Brady is 40.
May I respond?
So do the math.
May I respond?
Yeah.
Max Kellerman, actually, people don't look at his age. What they look is at your performance. And they go like this, regardless of your age, this is what you're doing. I have no problem with you saying that he's going to fall over a cliff, but you're saying it's strictly because he's 40. He's going to be 40. You're not taking into account the fact that the man gets rid of the ball inside of 2 seconds. You're not counting the fact that the man looked like an MVP candidate in 12 games this year. He threw for over 4,300.
No, I am taking that into account. That's the cliff.
I'm saying to you that when you look at Tom Brady, the bottom line is that he's performing, and there is no indication whatsoever. And you're saying
that's the point. Look,
you're saying strictly because of his age, Tom Brady is going to just wake up next year. Because remember, you're saying that
next year.
Before the end of next year.
So in other words, the Tom Brady that you're watching right now, that's about to be in his 7th Super Bowl, that just finished passing for 380 yards at the NFC Championship game. You're saying that dude is just going to show up next year. Bow!
See, you say you understand the cliff, but then everything you say indicates
we don't need the definition.
No, you do apparently, because the whole point is there's no indication that he's in decline. Yes, let me say it very slowly in case anyone's missing it. That's the point. The quarterbacks who perform great at an older age, there is no underlying indication that they will decline. And then one day they wake up and they're not great anymore. That's the idea.
I have a question for you.
This.
I have a question for you. If there's going to be a first, what kind of guy would it be?
Might be Brady.
Thank you.
It's possible he's the first. But if you're going to bet on Brady against all of human history, go ahead. I'll take those odds.
All right. We want to hear from you guys. Both of these two going with the New England Patriots. Hit us up on our Twitter page, #FTSuperPick. Make your picks now, and we'll get into those a little bit later in the show. But coming up, the party is just getting started here. Stephen A's twin, Ludacris.
Yo, you two are twins.
Will be joining us. He'll tell us what he thinks the Falcons are going to... Oh, look at that. A young Stephen A. Smooth. And Cardinals superstar wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald is joining the desk. That's next. We'll get all the details on the future of his playing career. And he'll tell us who he thinks will be raising the Lombardi.